Hi, Pam. I'm just actually did my center dot this morning because I always mess it up. So I just used my Glorious Gold and the 15.5. So I know you're not painting, Pam, but if anyone is painting along, go ahead. I'm just getting my video set up because I want to see the comments on my computer. Okay, great. Looks like it's just you and me, Pam, right now. So I'll give it a few minutes, see if more people want to join. And I numbered my paint pots. So from the pinkest red is 1, and then the pink purple is 12. Just so you know. Looks like we have a few more. Thank you for joining me on Rainbow, and I'll show you the example piece, but I'm going to change the colors. I didn't love the progression, and someone on Instagram asked me recently like how I decide the progression when I'm using a rainbow, and it's hard to kind of make it flow. So this is okay. I'm not like super happy with it, so we'll do a little bit different flow of colors, but similar pattern. I'm gonna put this to the side. Let's see who else is here. Donna's here. Pam's heading to an eye doctor appointment soon. Feel free, and as always, there's a replay, so you can always watch it later. And so I have my 32 point guide mark, and 32 is not necessary. You totally can do 16, but I kind of, when I'm doing like a big brushstroke pattern on the outside, I feel like I get better symmetry when I have more lines. And I'm actually not used to 1/4 inch guide marks that Demi does. I usually do 1/2 inch. So maybe this will actually be more helpful to have more. So these are 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch guide marks. So, you know, if you're looking at size, you can always see like if I, like every 4 guide marks is 1 inch. So you can kind of follow along to where I am on my piece. And then, yeah, and I did my center dot, so you guys can get started with that because I wanted it to be dry because I always mess it up when I do it this big, but this one looks pretty good. I didn't mess it up too much. Let's see who else is here. Maria, good morning. More. Regina, good morning. Yvonne. Yes, 15.5. I used the largest size here for the center dot. I don't have a bigger than 15.5. I actually think I do somewhere, but I usually use this if I'm going for the biggest dot. Leanie's good morning. Oh, okay. I think we've got 16 here, so perfect. I think I'll get started. So I have my Glorious Gold here. So you're gonna make your 15.5 millimeter dot. And I actually pushed the paint quite a bit here. So mine went a little bit farther than the 15.5. But that's just because I had like bubbling in my paint, which always happens. So you can adjust your size of your dots if you need to kind of catch up to where I am. I'm gonna start with red, or the pinky red, and we're just gonna do concentric dots first. So this is kind of easy. Let's see who else is here. Vicky and Joyce. Hello. I'm so glad to be back. I was looking back, I think I taught a class in May, so it's been a while. And then I am going to use this same palette to teach something smaller. I was thinking coasters, but you guys can let me know in the chat if there's something else you want to learn. I think it's in September. I forget the exact date. It'll be a Sunday class instead of a Saturday class. And it might start a tiny bit later just because I'm on call the day before. But we'll do the rainbow, but we'll do like a smaller set. Okay, so hopefully everyone's got a chance to do their center dot, and then I am just gonna go with color number 1, which is our pinkiest color, and we'll start with a row of dots. Did you guys have any trouble mixing from the video? Let me know. I didn't think it was too hard of a mix. The colors kind of flowed. For me, but let me know. I always love color mixing. It's my favorite. Oh, and I'm so sorry. I'm using the 1.5 millimeter tool here. I was, just before I came on, I was watching a YouTube video on these dots, and the lady was like, nobody ever tells you like what size to do, and then she had all this math for, and I like math, but she had all this math for like how to choose the next size for the dots. So you had to like add, like, I don't even know, she had you adding the like size, like taking the size of this and dividing it by 8, and that's the size that you use for your first row of dots. And then you had to add the tool size from the first row and the second row to get the third row size. I don't know. It was very complex. And she's like, nobody ever tells you that. And I'm like, yeah, because I'm not sure anyone ever uses that. But you tell me if you do. If you have like a special formula for how to make these rows of dots. I'm curious. Oh, Regina said the video was great. Thank you. Good. I'm glad. It's always hard. I hesitate. I've seen some videos on people giving like exact like measurements like on a scale for paint, and I think it's so hard because I'm like constantly tweaking based on how it looks. I think it's really hard. So I think just mixing more, you get a feel for what you like, and you get a feel for the colors and how they react. Like I always know that my yellow, I can't add a lot to it, otherwise it's gonna change colors quite quickly. And then sometimes purple can muddy some certain other colors, so I'm always mindful of that. Just like little things. Good morning, Tina. Glad you guys are all here. I had a rough work week this week, so I was looking forward to this a lot. Okay, so when I get to like where I think there's gonna be space for 3 more dots, I always try to go in the middle first, and then on either side. I think it just helps me with spacing. Can you guys see? I know it's like super small. So I am going to, I think I'm going to do another row in the same color, because what I found was that it felt like it moved to yellow because the dots get bigger. So I'm going to go one size up with my 2mm tool, and I'm just going to use the same color, so color number 1. We'll just go one more row. And I feel like this crew has been here a long time, so this is kind of basic steps, but let me know if you have questions. Here I'm skipping a dot and coming back just so I can get spacing a little bit better. Is anyone doing the color palette challenge from Yoli and SJ? These dots are not very good. I'm going to try to fill in this space a little bit. More said, my center dots are not the best. Still trying to decide better sizes so I won't have a lot of space. I do the dots between so no one else will see. Do you mean those micro dots? I love micro dots because it hides all the spacing imperfections. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Yeah, micro dots are the best. Hi, Laura. Good morning. Yeah, Thursday was a really busy work day. I was on call at the hospital, and it was the an eclipse, and I think it was around 7 or 8 o'clock. It turned like a red color. It was so cool. The anesthesiologist and I walked outside to go see it in between things. But I swear that's why it was crazy. Oh, my dog is barking. Sorry. She is very loud, very sweet, but she's like our doorbell. She lets us know if someone's coming. Okay, all right, so we've got 2 rows of color number 1, and I used the 1.5 tool for the first row and then the 2 for the second row, and no math involved. Okay, so now I'm gonna go to the 2.5 and we're gonna go to the like orangey red color number 2. Tina said we had too many clouds to see it. Oh, bummer. They were saying clouds, but we got a clear view. Okay, I don't know about you, but my tiger lily that I use is a little bit runnier than some of my other colors. I'm just being kind of careful here, trying not to make the dots too big. Regina, that's the great part about spending time together. We get to meet the family in the background. I know, my daughter will be coming out of her room. So my art desk is upstairs in what we call the playroom. So it's like just like a common space. And my kids' room doors are off of it, so you'll hear them getting ready for stuff. I was worried. They usually have trumpets starting at 10, which is really loud, but the teacher canceled today, so now we're not in a rush to get it done exactly by 10. Denise, just saying hello on the bus heading home from Niagara Falls, but having painting withdrawals. Oh, I hope you had fun, Denise. Did you go to the Canada side or just the New York side? So I was saying my kids' stores are right across. So Asha is 12 and Lakshmi's 6, and they share a room. And then Sham is 15 and he has his room. I'm not sure how long they can share a room, but we'll see. I like these dots. So I hope it makes sense why I chose to do 2 rows of the same color, because when you're looking at it, like the color blocking, I think the first color gets a little lost. If you just have the like tiny row of dots, so that doing that second row gives a little bit more of that color. Well, guys, I want to show you. So I practiced this 3 times. One of them I wiped completely, like I just sanded it down. And then one of them I wanted to teach, but it was taking me so long to do the patterns. I was like, I cannot teach this in a like 2.5 hour class. But I'll show you guys later. It's really pretty, but it was way too time consuming. Maybe I'll show you now since I'm thinking about it. But I will finish it one day. So here it is. So I was like, since we were doing a rainbow piece, I was like really trying to do like literal rainbows, which I thought was so cute. But it took me so long. There's so many dots. But maybe another time. Like maybe if she asked me to do like a two-day class or something. Hi, Shilpa. Okay, so now we're going to move to our 3mm tool in color number 3. I'm trying to decide how far I want to go, but we'll start here. Paint is kind of bubbly. Someone emailed me recently and they're like, how do you get bubbles out of your paint? I was like, I don't, they're just there. Some more. I didn't microdot this center on my practice piece, but feel free to microdot it. More looks amazing. It's totally a 2-day class. Yeah, totally. I know I was doing it. This center went fast, so that was fine. But then all the math for creating the rainbows the right size, it was just too much. I was like getting ahead of myself. I was painting it last weekend, and then I just scrapped it and started over. But I didn't want to sand that one down because I actually like it. Oh yes, glad you could join, Shilpa. Oh, you like my little butterfly. Lakshmi was playing with that this morning. It was actually a hair clip, but it fell off. I need to find a better glue for it. So I made little hair clips. They're actually a little big. I got it from 24 Hour Crafts, and that was like the smallest one they had. Now that I have my laser woodcutter, I'm wondering if I can cut smaller butterfly, which will be a pain to paint, but it'll be so cute for hair clips. I feel like my dots are getting a little bit wonky spaced now, but yeah, I had to re-prep this board this morning because I, for my rainbow, like the rainbow arches, it was like a 6-point design, and then my redo I did an 8-point. So I prepped the second board in the 6-point, but then I told you guys to do the 8, like the 32. So I prepped it this morning, and I refilled all my paint pots because they were really low after painting 3. Okay, and I am going to do one more row just because I wanted to get to yellow here. So we'll move on. I think I'm going to go to Demi's 4 just because I was getting a little bit more space. So I'm going to go to the 4mm tool. Let me see how it goes. Yeah, that looks good. Sometimes I like using the flat, like Happy Dotting Company tools for these, like just for like the size is a little bit more consistent. But I love the texture that the ball stylus gives. I just feel like you can get a lot more paint to sit on. It's a little bubble. Shilpa, is Lakshmi not around? I wish she was painting with you. I can't have her for a class. She'll be so distracting. For fun, she's fun, but to get actual work done is impossible. We're actually gonna make Rakis today. We didn't get to yesterday. I was working all day. It was Raksha Bandhan, which is holiday celebrating siblings. She loves any excuse to make a bracelet, so we're gonna do that this afternoon. I'm actually going to Vegas this week. I don't love Vegas. I don't go that often, but there's a work thing on Thursday. So I'm flying Wednesday afternoon and coming home Friday. It's gonna be hot. Terry. Hi, Ranu. Just watching, prepping for birthday party. Can't wait to paint this. Oh, I can't wait, Terry. Who's the birthday party for? Okay, that's already pretty happy. We'll get to brush strokes soon. Two more. I might come and microdot it after I wipe all the guide marks. Let me see. Okay, so right now, let's see, 4, 2, 3, 4. So I'm let's see, 4 inches in. Let me just measure. I usually love math, but my brain is not working today. I did not sleep enough this week. Okay. So let's see. This is about 2.5 inches. That's where I'm at. So we can get started on the next pattern. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip a few colors, and we're gonna go to the brushstroke pattern here, and then we'll come back and fill the pattern that's in between. So we're gonna do this brushstroke pattern here, and then we'll come back and fill this guy in, because it's hard to know what size to do, so I like to do this first and then fill this in. But we're gonna do the little pattern in green, and then I want to do the bigger pattern in blues. So what I'm gonna do is we'll start with, let's see. So I want to do, I'm just like talking out how I do the color. So I want the kind of bluish purple to start here, and we'll move towards the greeny blues here, and that way we'll have our greens here, and then it will flow well. So I think I'm gonna go with color number 10. No, I'm deciding. Maybe actually color number 11. Yeah, we'll do, no, color number 10, sorry. I'm gonna keep it blue. And then I'm gonna use the 3mm tool, and we're gonna make a guide mark on, we're gonna make 8 of these, so every 4 guide marks, or if you only did 16, every other guide mark. And then I'm gonna go up, so from my like 2.5 inch mark, I'm gonna go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guide marks. Does that look good? Maybe 6. Yeah, we'll go up 6 guide marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll start there. Sorry, I have to count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Once I have them, the first one done, it will be easier. Okay. And so now every 4th guide mark, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm paranoid that I'm gonna do one too high. It's gonna wipe guide marks, or wipe my tool on the start. color's also a little bit runny because my paint wasn't mixed properly. So it had like that medium. I added a little bit of gel to it, but still a little bit. You could use like a dark blue Nouveau or Demi-Dot. Okay. Now I'll take gold. And I'm gonna use the 2.5 millimeter tool, and I'm just gonna make a dot, or I'm gonna do walking the dots. What I like to do is do the walking the dots first. So we'll go both sides. And then do my top dot. But up to you. You can do it however you like to do it. Wish I had a standing desk like Demi, because then I could zoom in a little easier. YouTube doesn't have a zoom feature, so I'd have to bring this a little closer, and it's like attached to a charging cord. I'm gonna make a mess. Okay. So Terry's doing a birthday party for her aunt who is 85. It's exciting. I'm sure she'll love it. Oh, good morning, Mary. Thank you. Mary said pretty colors. I do like this rainbow. It's a little bit darker. I don't know what the word is. I think sometimes my rainbows feel like Lisa Frank, like almost neon. So this is not that. I have to sneeze. Oh, it feels like it's coming, and then it doesn't. Okay, so now we're going to do our brush strokes, and I'm trying to think. I'm going to use my 0 full dots brush, but use your favorite. This actually feels like small to me. Okay, so I'm gonna just kind of practice here. So I'm gonna do 1 and 2, 3, and we'll come around at 4. I think we'll get 4 colors in. So if we start with 11, 10, 9, 8, and then we can use 7, 6, and 5 for like inner pattern. So I'm gonna go with 11, which is our pretty purple color. And I'm gonna go start 2 guide marks above my gold dot. I'll just make a brush stroke around. My tails are not perfect, but that's okay. They'll all kind of come together. So I'm like zipping through the rainbow a little faster than I did on my practice piece, but I wanted it to have a more rainbow feel, and I feel like it got bogged down in the green. I'm trying to think if we have any plans for the rest of the weekend. I got 3 more orders for my little flower bouquets that are my favorite to make. So I'm going to do those this weekend so I can mail those out. And my kids' trumpet lessons and guitar lessons were canceled, but my daughter has horses and drums. My son has a birthday party to go to. I have a mountain of laundry to do. Some boring stuff this weekend. Kathleen, is anyone having trouble with volume? Will anyone else let me know? I'm sorry if I'm pretty close to my phone. If I'm mumbling, tell me. Sometimes I can enunciate better and talk a little louder. Let me know. Okay, so now we're going to move to color number 10. Same brush. It's a little quiet, but headphones help. Okay, let me try to talk a little bit louder. And you please tell me if it helps. Okay, and I'm going to go down 1 guide mark here. This is my runny paint. volume keeps going off and on. That is weird. Okay, let me see. Volume is set. Let me bring it down. I'm going to bring it down a little bit closer. I won't see the whole thing. But tell me if that works a little bit better. It's like right at my mouth now. Sorry if it's cutting in and out. My internet was being funny this week, but it was good today. Mary said volume's fine here. Steffi said it's better. Okay. All right, I'm really close to the microphone now, so hopefully that helps. Okay. I bought a microphone that like clips to my shirt. I just have not taken it out of the box. So I need to practice. Thanks for letting me know. It's my dog scampering around behind me. Okay. Last one. Now we'll go to color number 9. And down 1 guide mark. I'll try to keep this skinny because I want to do one more brush stroke. So I know this pattern is a little bit kind of basic, but I think Sometimes it's great when you're trying to learn how to make rainbow flow. If you're doing rainbow like on a small scale, you're just trying to get little patterns to flow, it's not so bad, but when I'm trying to make it fit on a whole piece, it's kind of good to practice with kind of more usual patterns and see how it all works together. Okay, so now we're on color number 8. It's like our teal color. And I'm going to go above here. So I'm starting kind of in between these last two blue, like right here, but same guide mark that I did the purple. And I'm going to bring it around here. That's my garage door, just right below me. Sorry, it feels loud. Okay, and that's going to be our spot where we fit our green pattern in. Okay, almost there. The green pattern will take us a little bit of time. It won't be brush strokes. Sue, saying hi. I can never figure out the chat option, but you did it. How are you? Okay. Sue said she's happy to be watching along. I'm glad. Okay, so now we're going to do the pattern that fits in here. And I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to make it just kind of flow back towards yellow. I was thinking if I want to do like a yellow just to kind of brighten it a little bit. I can't decide. Maybe yes. So I'm going to go with my 4mm tool. I actually have a bigger one, This is from Arisa. She has like these bigger dotting tools. Maybe let's use one of these. Just more time consuming to. Okay, so you can choose to do like a 6mm, I think would work well. I'm gonna do that actually. So I'm gonna go with my yellow, color number 4. And the reason I'm doing this is just I want a pop of color and I like yellow. We could go, I was debating whether I should go down to like the dark green, color number 7, and then work my way down, which you totally can do. But I just wanted to feel more sunny in the center. Okay. But it is time consuming to do. So I'm using color number 4, dotting tool number 6, and I'm going 3 guide marks above my last row of dots, if that helps. And then just using my yellow tool to make the teardrop shape. Yeah, you could choose to do it like this with the yellow, or just follow your gradient that you mixed. I don't know why. My plan was to do the gradient, but I wanted to switch it up last minute here. Just checking on my little one. Okay, she's okay. Okay. And then I'm going to do I think to make that stand out a bit, I'm going to do my next swoosh kind of here, but use the green, the 7, color number 7. I'm just testing out, I'm using the 3. Yeah, that seems to work. We'll just do a swoosh on the other side here. This one could be longer. Sticking to me already. All yellow. Let's fold this here. My arm is always yellow, or I'm sorry, covered in paint from my paper towel. Does that happen to anyone else? Like, yes, I have it on my hands, but okay. And now we'll go with color number 6, and I'm going to move down a size to the 2mm. We're just going to do the same thing here. And we'll probably put like a little dimensional dot at the base. So if it's not perfect, it's okay. Ooh, I saw that happening. I'm out of my big Q-tips. Just this is my, like, I found one random one here. Okay, and we'll just have these little guys so I can't make too many more mistakes. I've been keeping like black in a little container near me so I can easily fix things. If needed. This one doesn't look too bad. It's gonna get covered, so I'm not worried. Just looking to see if I had more Q-tips. see. Is anyone doing anything fun this week? This weekend? Terry's doing a birthday party. I'm going to Vegas. Does anyone like Vegas? Have something fun that I could do? I am going with some of my colleagues, so that'll be fun. We'll see each other for dinner. So now I'm on color number 5. I'm just filling in. This spot. More going to a meeting. She'll continue later. Great. Steffi writing out a heat wave in the pool. You know, I think that has to be in our plan for later today too. It's so hot. I think my car said 105 yesterday. Regina, your boo-boos help so many. Debbie is a Q-tip swirling queen of cleaning up. This has taught me not to be so nervous to lay the paint in the beginning. Oh, that's true. Yeah. She is. I don't know how she cleans it up so easily. It's kind of a big swoosh. Getting a little bit thick. Let me clean my tool. These are not the most even, but I think it's still going to be okay in the end. Okay. I'm trying to decide if I want to do one more. I might. So just with my 1.5 and same color, I'm just going to do one more. Just to fill that space a little bit better. There's a little hair in that one. Okay, so I just use the yellow tool to make it pointy. Is the sound better, guys, with camera closer? Okay, so now to fill this guy, on my original I did yellow so that it like came out, but I think I might want to go to the green here. So So I'm going to go to my color number 7. And I'm going to use the 3.5 millimeter tool. Let's put a dot there. I'll just make a little teardrop. Okay, and then I think we're done with our center after that. Then I did a ring of dots, and then we'll do a big brushstroke pattern on the outside. So you have lots of choices in the color order. Mary, yes, I had to turn you down. Okay, well, good. I'm glad. And Mary said, really pretty what you're doing. Thank you. And Steffi said, I might just paint this portion on a smaller round. It's beautiful. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I do like it. It would be pretty on a smaller board right there. I think that's what I love about all of Demi's pieces. I always feel like I could kind of pick up the middle of hers, like as a stone or something. I don't know if that makes sense. It always feels like it's a complete piece. Okay. I do like that yellow, pop of yellow. Because I think it brightens out the whole thing. But I do love yellow, so I might be biased. Okay, so now we're gonna do our outer pattern, and I did a ring of dots between my two patterns. So I think I'm gonna do that just to keep it similar, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You could just have the next pattern flow into it. So I'm gonna use color number 12 that we haven't used yet. And I might use the 7 millimeter tool. It's kind of on the bigger side, but then I have the option to do some top dots. You can make this any size. If you want to make it a little smaller and more proportional, that's okay. I just won't get a lot of this color in the piece. So color 12. We'll come back after after I do this and put something here. Sometimes I just like to see what color would work. I actually think some more green because we don't have a big green presence. Laura, I've fallen behind, so we'll have to do this middle part later when it dries. I will wait to do the outside pattern. I know. Sometimes it's hard. I don't know if I feel like I make one like little mistake or have to do one part a little slower, that I'm so behind on demis. So the outer pattern, when I did it on the practice, I actually doubled up colors a little bit to keep it more blue because I had done such a heavy green center. So now I want to move from the blue quite quickly, so I'm not going to do that. So I fit, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 colors. So we'll see. I'm going to start with the reddish pink. So I haven't used any of the dimensional dots yet, but I'll probably use it on these dots when it dries. I'm wondering if on that yellow swoosh there, I'll put a little dot. Okay, almost there. Okay. Here we go. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to do our bigger pattern, and I'm going to use, actually I think I'm going to use some color for the swoosh. So I'm not going to go directly on top of this pattern. I'm going to go in between. So just when you're starting, just make sure you're in between the last two patterns. I just think it flows a little bit better. And then we're going to use our green tool, kind of same thing we did here. I'm going to go, oh, here comes Lakshmi. Let me, she's okay. Okay. So I'm going to go 2 guide marks down. So I'm in the third. I'm going to go actually 1 more down. So I'm on, so 1, 2 on the 3rd guide mark in. Just leave a little bit of room. Third guide mark in, using the 3mm tool. And just dragging it down. Am I on screen? Let me move this up a little bit so it's more middle. We're going to do a big brushstroke pattern, a big rainbow that fills up this whole space. I'm kind of debating, so on my original, I did kind of what we did here, like the ups and downs, but I'm thinking to not do that this time. I'm going to use the blue tool, the 2.5, to do the same thing we did here, just walking the dots with gold. So I was saying I did like the irregular brush strokes, which I like, but I think I might want to fill the space and just do, let me just tell Lakshmi she can't come in here, so sorry. She is so cute. She's looking for my husband, but he dropped. Laksh, I'm teaching a class. You've got to go downstairs. I love you. He went to take Asha. She's so darn cute. Didn't mean to do that. Someone was asking me how I like brace my hand for brush strokes on the edge of a piece, and I actually forgot. I bought a new rest because mine broke. My kids were playing with it, and they always want to see what's inside of it. So it broke, and I told them they could cut it up. But I bought a new one, and it came yesterday, but I forgot to bring it up here. So I like a gel rest kind of right here on my hand. But I'm going to use paint pots today, since I'm going to bring it up. but I always need to brace my hand on something because I use a turntable. I think if you weren't using a turntable, you could just use the desk. Okay. We'll get to our colors. So color number 2. And I think I'm gonna do like, not this, so I'm just gonna go like all along the edge, just so we have lots of color, I think. Oh, I can't decide. So let me show you what I did here. So on this one, I went like, down and up here and then did these coming around. But I was thinking to just make them all the same. Don't know what to do. Mary, a gel rest for computers. Yes, like a mouse rest. I love it. So I'm just gonna grab a old paint pot rest, so I have something for my hand. We're just gonna go with the flow and see what makes sense. Here. So I'm using that same 0 brush in color number 2. Okay. All right, good. It's 9:20. I think we're making great time. So now I'm going to go to color number 3. And I think just to make it different from my original, just so I can try it out, I am just going to go all the way to the edge. I think it worked better when it was like doubling up colors and, going back and forth, but I really want the gradient to shine. I think this one's gonna be more obvious rainbow than the first one that I did. So this is where I like the 32 point guide marks on the edge, even though this is, you know, a relatively small piece. Since we're doing a big brushstroke pattern and, you know, brushstrokes are never going to be even, I kind of am looking to see how much space I have. And if you only had a guide mark here, it's just harder to space them out. But it's doable with it and it'll still look fine. But that's the reason I like more guide marks, just for symmetry. Okay. Now we'll go to color number 4 and we're just going to do the same thing. We're just going to keep marching along. So, like, I know that this yellow has a little bit of space from the next guide mark. So I'm going to try to keep that, so I'm making this one a little bit skinnier because I was getting close. And this one a little bit fatter. Just so I can adjust. Same thing. A little bit skinnier here. A little bit fatter here. This one looks pretty even. Okay, one more yellow. Okay, now we'll move to like lime green. And then this one should sit right on the guide mark. Now that I kind of adjusted my yellow to kind of fit. So it's not perfect, but it's pretty good. So I'm noticing that my curve is a little bit off on this green one. I'm going to try to be more mindful. This is more straight than this is more curved. So I want it to be more curved. So I'm just aiming a little bit more curve here. There. And then hopefully on my next one I'll fix it for all of them. Vicky, I love this color palette. I'm so glad. Me too. I love every rainbow, but this is a brighter, more vibrant rainbow, but still more traditional. I don't know. I don't know what else to, how else to describe it, but that's why I kind of wanted to show it off a little bit better on this outer pattern than I did on my practice. Okay. I'm happy with those curves on these. Like this one's too straight and that one's curved. So I was just noticing that as I was doing it. So I think I course corrected here. So I'm just gonna have to do a little bit more correction with this color. So now I'm on color number 6. I'm just trying to get a more curved shape. Okay, I'm actually liking this kind of all coming to the edge. It's kind of cool. Okay. I think I posted in my stories when I was swatching this out. I don't know, as I get to green, it reminds me of the Jamaican flag for some reason. Until you get to the blues, like rainbows in general. She's watching a movie, so I don't know if you guys can hear it. My husband did that so we could get my daughter to horses and pick up some groceries. Thought he was gonna bring her with, but she probably wasn't cooperating. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So now we're going to move to our next color, color number 7. see, I didn't think I was going to make it all the way to that purple, but we'll see. This is a nice big pattern of brush strokes. Really gets you to practice kind of long brush strokes and have more control over your direction. So you go down and in and then down again. Cat just taking a break and thought I'd pop in. Hi. Getting ready for a family birthday, so we'll have to catch the replay. Oh, hi, Cat. Can't wait to post these next to each other. I definitely am liking these colors in this order better than the original. Okay, and then here again, I'm just trying to space, so this one got a little bit thinner and this one got a little thicker, so just gonna try to keep that in mind. Okay, 2 more of this color. Go. Okay, now we're on color number 8, finally moving into the bluish colors. So I'm going to leave room for one more brush stroke up there. It's going to be saving space for that. Yeah, it always feels more like a rainbow once I get to add blue. Actually love this pattern better than the original. It's kind of fun. I get to paint it twice when I teach it, because sometimes I'm always thinking about all the things I would change and I don't do it because I don't want to paint it again, but it's definitely better this time around. Getting really close to touching me. Touching my wet paint here. Kind of reminds me of my infinity pattern. The long brush strokes. I'm going to paint one more rainbow with my chakra class students. That one, I'm actually thinking of doing a 7-point design just because there's 7 chakras and we've done 7 color palettes. And then like rotating the colors. It's going to take forever, but I think it'll be fun. So like it'll be like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Okay, color number 9 is going to be our little swoosh here. And I think this is where I'm finding, oh, I got a little, shoot. Ah, I don't see my little tweezers. Got a little chunk in here. I wish I had my tweezers. Just don't know where I put them. There. Okay. All right, so now I think I am gonna go a little bit lower so I can just put like a dot of something in there. So I don't have a lot of space. So I'm just gonna go down like a guide mark or so. This one's a little bit off, so off center. I'm going to do this side first. And then I'm just going to sneak this one in there. It's not the prettiest, but oh, I did the same thing here. So these big patterns, it is hard. I still want to keep it around the guide mark this way. So we'll try to fix it on our next color. And this one is like perfectly even. How's everyone doing? I know not everyone is painting. Okay. So now we're just going to keep continuing it down. This does make a nice like lotus shape, so you could do like a different pattern in there, but I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to go color number 10. So these brush strokes, I'm going about kind of from where I started, 1, 2, 3 guide marks down, and I'm just going around that last brush stroke. I'm trying to keep it centered around that guide mark. Elena, hi all. I just popped in to say hi and see how this mandala was going. Looks amazing. I'm working on something else today. What are you working on, Elena? Okay, 2 more. Okay, and now we'll go to color number 11, which is our purpley color. We're just gonna see, go 1 guide mark lower. I didn't think I was gonna make it all the way to this color. So now I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do 1 more in that color that we did the ring of dots. I was kind of hoping it would just meet. But we are going to top dot it so it won't feel too repetitive, maybe. We're at 9:49. So this will go just a little over 10, I'm sorry. But feel free to watch it later. This is very happy. And then I'll think about what we're going to do for the coasters. So I'm going to finish that rainbow arch piece too. I could have started like with this being the pink stroke. That might have gotten me to end on purple. Okay. And I'm gonna do one more brush stroke because it's too much space there. So we'll do our color number 12, one guide mark lower. Oh, I'm clenching my teeth a little bit with this brush stroke. Try to relax my jaw. It's kind of a tighter spot. Just a couple more. We'll just add some embellishments. See what spaces I want to fill. One more set. Okay. Oh, very rainbow. Okay, so now I do want to grab my gold, and I kind of want to do like a walking the dot up this way. So I'm going to start with my blue tool. Let me just see how it's going to work here. Not sure. So I'm doing one dot here. I'm walking like with a big step. And then what did I do? Just little steps in here. Okay, so that just breaks up the pattern just a little bit. Oh, shoot. Jeez Louise. Oh, there's a string in that. Sorry. I might have to fix this later when I find my bigger Q-tips. Maybe not the queen of rolling. Miss. The brush stroke is wet still, so I'm trying to steer clear. So this I'll have to paint black again. Pretty. Michelle says it looks like a dragonfly. I don't see the dragonfly, but I'm glad. I like dragonflies. Oh, I think I see it now. This is like the body that I'm putting in now. Is that what you mean? Okay. And then I'm going to use, I actually liked what I did here. I'm going to use color number 5 and do, actually first, take my my signature gold. I'm just going to make a dot at the base of each of these big patterns. Just, it cleans it up a little, makes it so you can't see all my messy tails. Oh, one more. And then I'm going to use my color number 5, just because it's like a bright color. And I'm going to use my white tool. Use my white tool. I'm just going to make like a little walking the dots along that pattern. I didn't think I could get calls. Okay, so I'm so sorry. I'm going to finish this quickly. I thought I had turned it off. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, so we'll just finish this. I don't know if my purple dots are like quite dry enough for top dots. That one was kind of wonky. Okay, there's my spot where I had the gold mishap. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of my color number 12 and just fix that. There. Okay. So I do want to add top dots to that purple just to like brighten it up. And I think I'm just going to add a swoosh of the gold. I was going to do green, but let's do that first. There. Alright, so we'll be done after this. I'm gonna top up the purple later, and then I'll post a picture once I wipe the guide marks this afternoon. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this rainbow. I'm probably going to use it up to finish my other piece, and then you can either save it and kind of refresh it a little bit when I teach again in September, or if you mixed it in small pots and kind of use it up, you can just mix it again for the coasters. Did anyone have any thoughts on small things they want to do? I feel like coasters are nice because you can translate the pattern to a stone or the center of something, but let me know. I also have these hexagon coasters I've never been in, but I don't know if you want to do a weird shape. Okay, I think it looks good. I'm gonna pull this back a little bit so you can see the whole thing. But very much more of a rainbow feel than the other one. Oh, there's like a spot here. I think I'm just gonna put a gold dot. But I'll do that later. All right, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I'll post a picture in the group chat, and anyone who paints it either today or later after watching the replay, please share. I'd love to see it. Oh, thanks, Sue, and thanks, Vicki. All right, have a great day. Bye.